Hello, first graders. It's Mrs. Ryder here, and I'm going to teach you about weather. And I have so much to get to, so I need you to go run and grab a pen and pencil or a pen and paper. Go! All right, hopefully you have that pen and paper, pen, pencil. If you don't, go get it. Pause the video. You'll need it for a quiz later. All right, focus questions. Here's what we're going to learn. What is weather? What does the thermometer tell us about the weather? What type of clouds are in the sky? Where does rain come from and where does it go? Here's what we're going to go over first. Weather. What is the weather today? Here it's sunny, cold, and a little windy. What kind of weather conditions do you see? I can see that the trees are moving from the wind. I can see there's no clouds in the sky, maybe just a couple. And it's sunny, bright, and I can feel the cold air against my skin. What does air have to do with the weather? Well, the wind is air in motion. So the wind is the air moving. So sometimes you can feel cold air, sometimes you can feel hot air. What is a meteorologist? Yes, these are these people over here who study the weather, and then they get on the TV and tell us about the weather, and they help us predict the weather in the future. So they have to study the sky and the clouds, and they have so many tools that help them predict, make weather forecasts. Also, they're really important because they can give us alarms when there's bad storms coming towards us. So we really appreciate having meteorologists. When I study the weather, I am called a meteorologist. What are some words we use to describe the weather? So you can do cloudy, sunny, cold, hot. Those are all some words, but I have some more on the next slide. Here are some weather words. We have sunny, which means few or no clouds. Partly cloudy, some clouds in the sky. Overcast, gray and cloudy. Rainy, cloudy, rainy, and drizzly. So when it rains, it can still be cloudy outside, but also rain is coming down or drizzle. And then snowy is cloudy and the snow is falling. So really again, sunny, partly cloudy, overcast, rainy, and snowy. So there's 5 different types of weather words, and these are called symbols. So the meteorologists use symbols to let us know what the weather is going to be like. So on my phone, I have an app, and then they give me symbols. I'll show you really quick. I have a couple different weather apps. I'm sure your mom and dad do too. And then they use symbols to tell us what the weather is going to be like. It's loading. So sunny, 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 sunny. And then they also have it red because it's windy outside. So they're giving us a little wind warning. All right, quiz time. I might go a little too fast. You can always pause it, or you can always rewind the video. Here is the word bank over here. So these will be the answers. They're just shuffled up in random order. Quiz time. Let's see how you do. 1. When the sky is gray and cloudy, but it's not raining or snowy, we call the weather 2. When it is bright and the sun is shining with few or no clouds, we call the weather 3. When it is cloudy and the snow is falling, we call the weather 4. Remember, if I'm going too fast, just pause it. 4. When it is sunny with some clouds in the sky, we call the weather 5. When it is cloudy and raining or drizzling, we call the weather 6. Sunny and rainy are two kinds of 7. A person who studies the weather is an 8. We record the weather using. All right, if you are not done and I went way too fast for you, pause and go back and listen to them again. But I'm going to show the answers in 3, 2, 1. Answers to quiz. Number 1 was overcast. 2, sunny. 3, snowy. 4, partly cloudy. 5, rainy. 6, weather. 7, meteorologist. 8, symbol. All right, I hope you did great on the quiz. Like I said, if I went too fast, go back and rewind. No big deal, or watch it again later. All right, measuring temperature. What does the thermometer tell us about the weather? So these are examples of the thermometer. There's 1, 2, 3 examples. And the thermometer is a weather instrument used to measure air temperature. So if I went to go take this outside, it would measure how cold or how hot the air is outside. Also, we have thermometers inside our house too to measure the temperature in our house. So on that thermometer, if this red thing in the middle is really low, it's really cold. If it's really high, it's really hot. So the more it goes up, the hotter it gets, the more it goes down, the colder it is. And we cannot move these. It's just how it measures the air. So you can have one outside or you can have one inside. All right, we're going to move on to clouds. Here are 3 different types of clouds. We have cirrus, stratus, cumulus. Cirrus, stratus, cumulus. These are the 3 basic types of clouds. There's lots of other different cloud types, but these are the ones we're going to study today. Cirrus clouds are high in the sky, thin, and usually seen in good weather. So they're really high in the sky. So anytime we have cirrus clouds, we know we're going to have good weather. Cumulus clouds are big and fluffy. They're sprinkled. If they are sprinkled across the sky, that means good weather. But if they move together and become large, then they can start to maybe rain or storm. Stratus clouds are really low in the sky, and they're gray, and they can stretch over the whole sky, bringing light rain and snow. So we have cirrus, cumulus, and stratus. All right. We're moving on to rain gauges. These are called a rain gauge, and farmers, people use them to measure how much rain we get in a day. So a rain gauge, there's no water that can get out. The rain just falls right into the gauge, and then they can measure it. These are 2 different examples. We know that rain comes from either cumulus or stratus clouds, and then people can get them in the rain gauge to measure how much rain it rained. Oops. The drops of waters in clouds come from the air. The drops of waters in clouds come from the air. Rain flows to rivers, streams, lakes, and oceans. Some of it dries up and goes right back into the air. Water is in the air, but we cannot see it. So water is right here in the air, but we just can't see it. What happens to rain puddles when the sun warms the ground? So you can see a rain puddle right here. And we know that rain puddles just don't stay there forever. It evaporates into the sky. and the water goes into the air as a gas. So when it goes up to the sky, we do not see it. We can only see rain when it's coming down, but it evaporates. What do we call invisible water in the air? So once it evaporates, we call it water vapor. And one more last thing I want to talk to you about is condensation. Drops of water on the outside of a cold glass are called condensation. The water it's from the air. So the water can form from the air. So if you have a glass and it's starting to look like it sweats, it's coming from the air, not actually from your glass. And the same with on your like a bus ride or windows, you can have condensation on the outside of your window and it's coming from the water vapor. All right. Oh, I want to talk to you about one more thing. When it rains, it can go into streams or lakes or ponds or puddles or oceans, but then the water goes right back up to the clouds. So it's a water cycle. It goes rains, and then it either stays on the ground or some of the water goes right back up to the clouds. And then it rains again, and then some of it goes back up to the clouds. So that is called the water cycle. All right, I have some at-home projects for you. The first one, I want you to do a weather calendar. You can start in May or you can wait until June and do each day of the week. And I want you to put a symbol on there. So you can put the sun or partly cloudy. I want you to describe the weather for the day. And I also want you to put on there the temperature. So you might have to use your mom and dad's phone or ask them to see what the weather temperature is going to be for the day. And you and your parents can make a weather calendar. Or you could do this other activity. It's a little tongue twister. This is called a cotton ball cloud craft. A cotton ball cloud craft. If you don't have cotton balls at home, that's okay. Just use marker or crayon or a pencil. And I want you to make all 3 different types of clouds and write about them. So write about the stratus, the cumulus, and the cirrus clouds. Also send a picture to your teacher because they're going to want to see your hard work. Thank you, friends, for watching today. I hope that you learned a lot about weather. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.